Welcome back, future trillionaires. Have you ever wondered how the billionaire president Vladimir Putin spends his $200 billion? Well, today is your lucky day. We're diving into the opulent world of the richest president in the world. With a staggering net worth of $200 billion, President Putin's lavish lifestyle is the stuff of legends. In this video, we'll take you on a journey to explore how the Russian leader spends his vast fortune. Let me know in the comments section how much the most expensive thing President Putin owns cost. One person with the right answer will get a shout-out in the next video. Future trillionaires, let's begin. Before we dive into what we do best here at Trillionaires Lamp, which is breaking down the money, let's first find out who Vladimir Putin is and how he became the richest president in the world. Vladimirovich Putin was born on the 7th of October 1952 in Leningrad, Soviet Union, now St. Petersburg, Russia. The youngest of three children of Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin and Maria Ivanovna Putina. His grandfather, Spiridon Putin, was a personal cook to Vladimir Lenin and Joseph Stalin. Putin's birth was preceded by the deaths of his two brothers. Putin's mother was a factory worker and his father was a conscript in the Soviet Navy, serving in the submarine fleet in the early 1930s. During the early stage of the Nazi German invasion of the Soviet Union, his father served in the Destruction Battalion of the NKVD. Later, he was transferred to the regular army and was severely wounded in 1942. Putin's maternal grandmother was killed by the German occupiers of Tver region in 1941, and his maternal uncles disappeared on the Eastern Front during World War II. Hard to believe that the richest president in the world, a man worth over $200 billion, came from such humble beginnings, right? Well, stay tuned to see how this story takes a drastic turn. Like Drizzy Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here. On the 1st of September 1960, Putin started at school number 193 at Baskov Lane near his home. At age 12, he began to practice Sambo and Judo, and in his free time, he enjoyed reading the works of Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, and Lenin. In 1970, he got into the Leningrad State University, where he studied law and graduated in 1975. That same year, he joined the KGB and trained at the 401st KGB school in Okhta, Leningrad. I'm thinking, who leaves law school and joins the KGB? You would think after law school, a young man would want to go get a high-paying job at a law firm, making some serious money. But not this guy, and you'll see why soon. After training, he worked in the 2nd Chief Directorate before he was transferred to the 1st Chief Directorate, where he monitored foreigners and consular officials in Leningrad. In September 1984, Putin was sent to Moscow for further training at the Yuri Andropov Red Banner Institute. In May 1990, Putin was appointed as an advisor on international affairs to the mayor of Leningrad. He wasn't making enough money, so he started driving taxi cabs for extra money. A guy with a law degree driving taxi cabs. Shaking my head. But the man always had a plan. Like Travis Scott said, "You don't know where we stand. It's true, know the plan." Drop the title of this song in the comment section. Someone who drops the right title will get a shout out in the next video. In June of 1996, he moved to Moscow and was appointed to Deputy Chief of the Presidential Property Management Department, headed by Pavel Borodin. This is when the master plan starts to come together. On the 26th of March 1997, President Boris Yeltsin appointed Putin Deputy Chief of the Presidential Staff, a post which he retained until May 1998, and Chief of the Main Control Directorate of the Presidential Property Management Department. On the 3rd of April 1997, Putin was promoted to first-class active state councillor of the Russian Federation, the highest federal state civilian service rank. Do you think he was still driving a taxicab at this time? In the words of Biggie Smalls, "If you don't know, now you know." I don't think anyone understands power better than Putin. This is a man that came from nothing. Look at the moves he was making. Trillionaires Lamp family. You could love or hate him, but you need to learn something from his story, at least one thing. I was fortunate to come from money, so I have a high appreciation for humble beginnings. On the 25th of May 1998, Putin was appointed First Deputy Chief of the Presidential Staff for the regions, in succession to Victoria Mitina. On the 25th of July 1998, Yeltsin appointed Putin Director of the Federal Security Service, the primary intelligence and security organization of the Russian Federation, and the successor to the KGB. On the 9th of August 1999, Putin was appointed one of 3 First Deputy Prime Ministers, and later on that day was appointed Acting Prime Minister of the Government of the Russian Federation by President Yeltsin. On the 16th of August, the State Duma approved his appointment as Prime Minister with 233 votes in favor while a simple majority of 226 was required, making him Russia's 5th prime minister in fewer than 18 months. Shaking my head. This man is different. If you thought that was crazy, wait until you hear this. On the 31st of September 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, and according to the Constitution of Russia, Putin became the acting president of the Russian Federation. At this point, I'm saying to myself, what I need to do is to find a politician and make him my friend, so he can promote me 1 million times in 18 months, and then he resigns unexpectedly, so I can become the Trillionaires Lamb's first president of the United States of America. If you think I'll make a great president, comment Mr. President in the comment section. At least I know the ladies will vote for me just because of my voice. My friends call me the ladies' man for a reason, so I know what I'm saying. LOL. Now, let's get into the reason why you tuned in today. The money. The official properties owned by President Putin that everyone knows about is the grandiose presidential residence Novo Ogayovo. This sprawling estate situated just outside of Moscow is Putin's official residence. With multiple palatial buildings, lush gardens, and even a private zoo, the property is valued at over $1 billion. Here Putin entertains foreign dignitaries, holds high-level meetings, and indulges in his favorite hobbies. For the ones nobody knows about, I'll give you the details now. $17 billion of global assets have been linked to Vladimir Putin, consisting of 35 mansions, 43 apartments, and 27 other pieces of real estate. 7 yachts, plus 11 private jets and helicopters, 19 other houses, 700 cars, 58 aircraft and helicopters have also been said to be linked to the richest president in the world. One of the planes, the Flying Kremlin, was built at a cost of $716 million and has a toilet made of gold. Palaces, yachts and vineyards owned by Vladimir Putin are said to be worth about $4.5 billion. He is said to own a $1.5 billion palace which Alexei Navalny has claimed was built for Putin's personal use in Gelendzhik on the Black Sea. The 190,000-square-foot mansion sitting atop a cliff that overlooks the Black Sea. The description of the property, carried by many news publications, say it has frescoed ceilings, a marble swimming pool lined with statues of Greek gods, spas, an amphitheater, a state-of-the-art ice hockey rink, a Vegas-style casino and a nightclub, and if that was not enough, the mansion also has a barroom showcasing wine and spirits worth millions of dollars. The pictures of the opulent mansion have been released by Russian opposition leaders in the past, who call it Putin's country cottage. The photos claim to show $500,000 worth of dining room furniture, a $54,000 bar table, decked-out bathrooms with fancy $850 Italian toilet brushes, and $1,250 toilet paper holders. Photos also show the 11-bedroom mansion has been decorated with hundreds of gilded double-headed eagles, the symbol of the Russian state. Outside, you'll find multiple helicopter landing pads, an unfinished amphitheater, formal gardens and arboretum, accommodation for security, a vineyard, an underground church, and a sculpture garden. On top of all the extravagant furnishings, an annual $2 million is spent just to maintain the property's landscaping by a 40-person staff. According to Fortune, this mansion reminds me of the movie The Great Gatsby. If I had a $1.5 billion mansion like this, I would throw Gatsby-like parties every day, all day. Who would do the same? Comment below. He also is said to own the Villa Selgren, which is located 19 kilometers from the Russian border with Finland, on an island in the Viborg Bay Area. The Dacha, or country house, is alleged to be Mr. Putin's prestige holiday home. The original Tsarist mansion was designed by Finnish architect Uno Ullberg and completed in 1913. It is well known for scenes in a 1987 Soviet film about Sherlock Holmes, but after 2010, it underwent extensive renovation. It is said that the opulent residence features gold-plated tiles in the swimming pool and an underground spa. Ladokny Island and the sea surrounding it are reported to be heavily guarded by Russian Federal Protection Service officers, preventing locals from getting too close. President Putin is said to own a dacha in woodland close to St. Petersburg, in a gated community by Lake Komsomolsk. The original holiday home burned down in 1996, with Mr. Putin, freshly out of the sauna and buck naked, escaping by using sheets to scale down the building. I ran out to the balcony, flames were shooting upward. I clambered over the railing, grabbing the sheets, and began to lower myself down. Mr. Putin recalled in an interview included in a book about his life. The mysterious president is also said to own a remote retreat in Siberia's Altai Mountains. According to Reuters, the mountains are a favorite vacation spot for Mr. Putin. 2 years ago, the Kremlin released video footage of the president celebrating his 67th birthday in the Altai, hiking and collecting wild berries and mushrooms. The only residence officially belonging to Putin as a private individual is a humble 77 square meter apartment with an 18 square meter garage, according to Russia Beyond. Little is known about how it looks or even the approximate location, and the only bit of information is its size, which tells us it must be a 2- or 3-bedroom apartment in a residential building, somewhere in Russia. It's also alleged that Putin owns multiple apartments in Moscow. President Putin also makes use of a government-leased 153 square meter apartment with a widely publicized address, 6 Akademika Zelenskogo Street. In addition to his main residence, Novo Ogayevo, Mr. Putin enjoys the use of summer residence Botarov Ruchi in Sochi. It's reportedly the only government dacha on the Black Sea. Another official residence for Mr. Putin's use is located in the Novgorod region. The residence was originally planned as a dacha for Stalin, but he allegedly found the location too dangerous. In the 1930s, the residence was the only building on a small peninsula and was surrounded by dense forest, with only one escape route to the mainland. No billionaire lifestyle is complete without luxurious yachts and private jets. Putin is no exception. His private fleet includes 7 yachts equipped with state-of-the-art amenities and a fleet of private jets, allowing him to travel the world in comfort and style. Amongst his fleet of yachts is a 140-meter-long 6-floor super yacht. The Scheherazade, said to be worth $700 million, is docked in a shipyard in Marina di Carrara, a town on Italy's Tuscan coast. The Guardian report said that the vessel is equipped with a spa, swimming pools, 2 helipads, a wood-burning fireplace, and a pool designed to tilt so as to reduce the impact of the waves. Another one of his yachts is a $119 million, 267-foot yacht named Kosatka, Russian for killer whale. This yacht features an indoor swimming pool that turns into a theater and a dance floor, a helipad, and suites up for 12 guests. The ship also boasts pool towel storage cabinets that double as vodka bars, and an owner's suite with a wine cave that can store up to 400 bottles. It reminds me of all the yacht parties I've thrown on my beautiful yacht. One time I threw a party on my yacht off the coast of Monaco, and it lasted for 3 days. I ended up having a hangover for 2 days straight. Good times. Some of his other yachts are a $507 million 459-foot Scheherazade, a $22 million 187-foot Olympia, an $18 million 177-foot Shaker, which means seagull in Russian, a $17 million 151-foot Shelest, and the 105-foot Nega. Altogether, Putin's fleet of yachts is worth at least $680 million, according to Vessel's value. Vladimir Putin flies in an Ilyushin Il-96 private jet, known as the Flying Kremlin, worth $716 million. The aircraft is a highly customized version of the standard Il-96, with extensive modifications for luxury and safety, including advanced communication systems and laser anti-missile protection. The interiors of the aircraft are inspired by Russian art. It was reported that Vladimir Putin had personally inspected the ongoing work at the Voronezh plant while he was the Prime Minister. Unsurprisingly, the Flying Kremlin's interior is exceptionally luxurious, decorated in a neoclassical style. Leather furniture, walnut veneers, and gold trimming stand out among Russian tricolor highlights. Regardless of what's on the agenda or the destination, President Putin and his onboard guests have everything they might need. Facilities include a private office, various meeting and conference rooms, a relaxation room, a guest lounge, a mini gym, a large dining room, a bar, multiple showers, and of course, a medical unit kitted out for many emergency treatments. To top things off, the Il-96-300PU employs a myriad of safety features to ensure the president and any guests, whether family or other government officials, can travel and arrive safely. Multiple layers protect against various potential attacks from air to ground, including a coating that helps the Il-96-300PU evade radar jamming. It is also fitted with an anti-aircraft air defense system, though unfortunately, yet unsurprisingly, many details surrounding the aircraft's onboard defense capabilities are kept secret. Another safety measure outside of the aircraft is much more visible, however. There are multiple copies of the Russian president's aircraft of choice, akin to how global leaders have sets of identical cars. In case an international visit is required, at least 2 of the 3 extra government Il-96s will be prepared, helping obscure which specific airliner the president and his guests board. Furthermore, Russia Beyond explains that the additional jets follow as reserves, dating back to a 1970s rule. Some of the other private jets he owns are the Airbus ACJ319, used for traveling with small groups. Airbus's new private jet offers seating for 19 passengers. The conventional layout includes lounge areas, club seating, and 2 private rooms. Nemstov says Putin's version is designed with leather, marble, and hand-woven carpets. He also owns 8 Tu-154s. The report estimates their value at between $7.5 million and $20 million, depending on their age. Another one of his jets is the Tu-204-300A, featuring a luxury salon, which is protected from noise, complete with modern telephone systems and internet access. Another private jet he owns is the Ilyushin Il-62, a turbojet passenger airliner. It has room for up to 186 passengers. Putin stands accused of owning 5. He also owns the Dassault Falcon 7X, a high-performance long-range jet. Just to name a few, if we wanted to list all of his jets, we'd be here all day. 15 of the aircraft in Putin's fleet are helicopters. Not much variety here. They're all Mi-8s, which are amongst the most popular models in the world. When it comes to cars, President Putin has an enviable collection. From high-performance sports cars to armored vehicles, his garage is a testament to his extravagant taste. The Urus Senat is a luxury full-size car by Russian automaker Urus Motors and developed by Nami in Moscow, Russia. The armored limousine is powered by a 6.6-liter V12 Beckholz, and it is the presidential state car of Russia. Almost every feature of the exterior, including the roofline, taillights, bonnet, windows and mirrors, are quite clearly borrowed from the current generation Rolls-Royce Phantom luxury sedan. 2 of the 4 seats in the back are retractable, and for extra security, occupants who wish to close the car's window curtains are still able to see what is happening outside the vehicle in real time via live CCTV footage aired on internal screens. An emergency exit is also built into the rear of the car. There are also some special secret features in the Russian head of state's 7-ton and almost 7-meter-long car, but when the National spoke to Urus chief executive Franz Hilgert, he said he could not reveal them. But we know option boxes ticked by the head of state included bulletproof armor, reinforced glass, bomb-resistant underfloor protection, solid-run flat rubber tires, integrated offensive weapons, and a self-contained oxygen supply, blowing the weight of his car out to 7,200 kilograms, comparable tonnage to a commercial bus. Inside the cabin, polished wood runs along the door sills and dashboard. All 4 reclining seats are wrapped in white or tan authentic Russian leather, while a champagne fridge and window curtains come fitted as standard. He has also been spotted in a GAZ-21 Volga. In 2005, he allowed US President George W. Bush to take the driver's seat in his Volga after their meeting at Putin's presidential residence. Putin is also a fan of classic Russian-made Lada Niva. He once used the SUV for fishing trips. It's 100% guaranteed to pass where Mercedes cannot. It drives well in the snow. Putin is also a fan of German cars. In 2017, the Kremlin strongman rocked up at the ancient Valam Monastery in a Mercedes ML with a mystery lady in the passenger seat. I always knew Mr. Putin was a ladies' man. If you know Vladimir Putin, tell him not to subscribe. His case is hot now, and we don't need that smoke here at Trillionaire's Lamp. But tell him if he needs some advice on how to be a ladies' man, I can help. Remember, my friends call me the ladies' man for a reason. Putin's wardrobe is the epitome of sophistication. He is often seen in tailored suits, custom-made by renowned fashion designers. Additionally, he owns a vast collection of luxury watches, including brands like Patek Philippe, Rolex, and Audemars Piguet, worth millions of dollars. A Fortune's report said Putin has been pictured wearing Patek Philippe's perpetual calendar watch worth $60,000 and allegedly owns a $500,000 Anlager and Zona tubograph, as well as other fancy designs. I can relate with that as a future trillionaire. Your wardrobe is very important. I have a pretty solid designer wardrobe and watch collection myself, and I hope you're working on yours too. Trillionaire's Lamp family, nobody on YouTube does it like we do. See you in the next one, baby.